What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City transfer update. I am rolling out daily Manchester City transfer updates throughout the rest of the January transfer window. We'll also be back in the summer as well, so do stay tuned and do subscribe. It is free, and I'll keep you up to date here on YouTube with all the latest Manchester City transfer news. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorship for any videos or any general business inquiries. Do leave a thumbs up. 300 likes is the aim, and also don't forget to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm sure all you Blues out there are still on an extreme high that the curse has come to an end, and Manchester City have beaten Tottenham Hotspur away from home to progress to the 5th round of the FA Cup. But here on my channel, we're back to business. We've got a big push now between now, transfer deadline day, and of course I'm sure there'll be lots of transfer news coming in thick and fast throughout the remaining months as we build up to the summer transfer window as well. So we're going to start off this video by speaking about the outs. We've had a confirmed transfer. Kalvin Phillips, no longer a Manchester City player, or certainly not for the rest of this season, as it has been confirmed by West Ham just yesterday, 9 AM. Kalvin Phillips, he is a West Ham United player. He signs for them on loan until the end of the season. There is no option to buy. Various sources, David Ornstein, The Athletic, Fabrizio Romano, in the build-up to this transfer, they were all saying that there is an option to buy included in this deal. It was only Jack Gaughan, normally very reliable with City information, saying that that was the last thing to get sorted, that they were still in discussions about, and there wasn't an agreement found there. And it turns out Jack Gaughan absolutely spot on, hits the nail on the head. No option to buy included. There's various different reasons why there's no option to buy included here. Man City not being happy with the price, West Ham maybe not being happy with the price, and Manchester City do have to think about what is best for business, as Triple H would say at WWE. Best for business for Manchester City is to not put a ceiling price on Kalvin Phillips' head for the summer, because Kalvin Phillips could go to West Ham United. He could end up being one of their best central midfielders on the plane with England to the European Championships, and all of a sudden Manchester City have sold themselves short if they're willing to accept what, 35-40 million pounds, and making a little bit of a loss on Kalvin Phillips. So we'll see. There's a few sketchy details about what the loan fee is being paid as well, because I know that was a big stumbling block for the likes of Newcastle United and Juventus, and that hasn't been announced by either Manchester City or West Ham. We've not had any details on what that loan fee is, so I don't think West Ham are paying too much. They're paying for his wage, all of his £135,000 a week wage. All that's getting covered. No purchase option, probably a small loan fee. And Manchester City, and Pep Guardiola has confirmed as well that he's happy to assess the situation again in the summer. Kalvin Phillips gets the regular first-team football at West Ham. He needs to go out there and impress, because Pep Guardiola said there is space in the squad. If he wants to be a regular starter at Manchester City, then he needs to go to West Ham. He needs to get into their first team. He needs to put in some good performances and showcase why he should be in that Manchester City starting 11. So maybe not the end of Kalvin Phillips at Manchester City, but certainly not going to see him in the sky blue of Manchester City for the remainder of the season. And the only other question that I'm sure you guys will have is, when we face West Ham, can Kalvin Phillips play against us as per the loan regulations with other Premier League clubs, like we saw with James McAtee when he played or plays for Sheffield United. He's not allowed to play against us. Same here with Kalvin Phillips. When we face West Ham, he will not be eligible to play in that game. Now, moving on to the ins, we've got a new name, Alexis Tibidi, over at ESTAC Troyes, and apparently Manchester City are set to sign him on loan for the remainder of the season. He's going to spend the whole time with the Elite Development Squad, the EDS, and he may train around the first team squad as well. Manchester City, they feel like they can offer him more opportunities at the club than what can be offered so far, where he's spending out on loan in the Netherlands with NEC Nijmegen. I hope that's how you say their name. But yeah, he spent the season out on loan so far there. He's been recalled by Troy and he's going to go to Manchester City instead to spend the remainder of the season to see how his development is and give him more opportunities there, as Manchester City looking to improve not only relations, because relations are already good with the CFG clubs, but also looking to provide more opportunities for the CFG players as well. All this coming via RMC Sport over in France in Paris, and it's very much the same when we move on to speak about Savio over at ESTAC Troyes, currently out on loan at Girona. Savio has been speaking about his future, and Sports Witness have said that Savio says he wants to join Manchester City in the summer. He said the point of being at a City Football Group team is that you can build yourself up and get to the very top. The biggest and best club in the CFG is Manchester City. Savio has eyes on Manchester City. He wants to be a Manchester City player. He wants to play for Manchester City. It's things you absolutely love to see, and you can see it being a very simple, very straightforward transfer. Manchester City wants Savio. Savio wants Manchester City. Get it done and dusted as far as I am concerned. Now, I'm not too sure what we're going to do with Savio, whether we want to use him in pre-season, assess his opportunities for the first team squad, or simply just move him from ESTAC Troyes to Manchester City and then send him out on loan somewhere in the CFG again, or send him somewhere else. What Man City are looking for here is a change of club on the contract, so it reads that Savio is a Manchester City player, not an ESTAC Troyes player, and this would be a reward for Savio's fine form that he's had with Girona so far this season. Girona doing very well, Savio doing very well, Manchester City looking to take full advantage, and we're going back to Triple H and WWE. It's best for business, makes sense from a business point of view. Now, moving on to the final transfer of this video, gives us the very latest on Claudio Echeverri, who has signed for Manchester City. Fabrizio Romano has given some more details about this, and he has said that he signs for Manchester City for €14.5 million plus €9 million in performance-based add-ons. It's 100% based on his performances on the pitch, not based on club achievement. He 100% will stay with River Plate for the whole of 2024. The Argentina season isn't going to come to an end until December 2024. That's when he'll have a short break and he'll come to Manchester City in January of 2025. So we're looking at roughly 11 to 12 months time before we do see Echeverri at Manchester City. And Nil Sola over in Girona has been speaking about Echeverri's future and what Manchester City's plans are with him once he comes to Manchester next year. And he says that the plan is Manchester City want to loan Echeverri out to Girona, part of the CFG, in January 2025 to give him a bridge into European football, to give Manchester City more time to continue to assess how he's doing and his performances. So they'll keep an eye on his development through the season in Argentina with River Plate, and then they'll keep an eye on his development for half a season in La Liga as well with Girona, and City will assess from there as to what they want to do in the future once we get to the summer of 2025. City have invested a fair amount of money here in Echeverri. They do want to use him around the first team squad, but they want him to be ready to challenge for them positions for Manchester City, a little bit like we have seen with Maximo Perrone. Very similar deal to that here for Manchester City and Claudio Echeverri, so we'll see what the future does hold. So there we go, that has been today's transfer update. If you did enjoy the video, please do leave a thumbs up. 300 likes is the aim. Do get your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe, it is free. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Now less than 450 subscribers away from my aim of 34,000 subscribers, so any help towards that would be great. Social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, and I'll see you all again religiously tomorrow for the next daily Manchester City transfer update. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.